Hey everybody, today we are going to be working on the I don't know how to pronounce the color of this, 2002 right here, and just doing a couple little things, and then tomorrow Dave's going to come by and we're going to tackle some of the bigger stuff. As you can see, I've done a few little updates in the time since I last filmed. I put the trim onto the car, the side trim, which I think looks very nice. I also plugged all the holes that I could with a little bit of some rubber grommets. I installed an MGB luggage rack on the back. I registered it, as well. And that's about it. You've seen the interior with the seats I swapped in. Everything else pretty much the same. We got the shifter swapped in, steering wheel swapped in. And today we've got a trunk full of parts. Whee! Look at all these fun things. So we have some simple stuff like wiper blades, to some complicated stuff, like some ball joints, tie rods. We have both inner, outer, the center. Yeah, both inner, the center, the guibo as it's called, in case we need one of them's. Couple of rubber mounts that are really just crap in there right now. The correct screws for the struts, oil pan gasket for when we want to do that. This is an exhaust hanger. Need one of them because right now the exhaust is essentially just on the diff. It's just some visual brake light side bits. Alright, and this is one of the things we're going to do today. The fuel filler, also the fuel filter. Might do some front end links. These should be the front ones, but they look a little long, so I'm not sure. I'll have to double check. I might have ordered the wrong ones. I've done that a couple times with this build already. Some more rubber mounts. This is for the interior. These are for the sun visors. Probably throw those on today. Engine mounts, and that's for the shifter. Not sure if I'm going to need that. I can't remember what this one is. Let's see. Oh, that's just another one of these. And then a couple of air filters. And that's what this is too, also. New air filter. Just in case. So yeah, so let's move some of this stuff out of the way. Gonna pop this stock one off. It's got a rip, real big rip in the front. Holy shit. There's a big hole. I can fit my whole finger in it. Right in there. So yeah, definitely need to swap that out before I go putting gas in this car. So we're gonna do that one first. So let's move some stuff out of the way. Alright, now that we got that out, you can see a couple of things. Probably just give all these surfaces a bit of a wipe down. Replace that, be good. Gonna probably give that a little wipe down. The gas cap outside the exterior, again, give this thing a wipe down as well. It deserves it. It's had a rough life. And this, you can see, look at that big hole. The gas just can go right. There's not supposed to be a hole there. So we'll clean it all up, put it back together, and then the trunk will be good. Then we'll go do the stuff on the front of the car. All right, and that's it. That's all there is to it. Just 4 screws here, 1 clamp here, and pop it out. A couple of gaskets. Had to shoot the screws back through before putting this on just to make sure everything was aligned. Realigning things was a little difficult, but not too bad. And now I can get gas without worry. Perfect. Nicely positioned. Boop. Now, one of the many issues we found with this car, which really, this one isn't too bad. This is a fuel filter, and it's on the wrong way. The fuel flows this way, and so the filter, it might actually be clogged because it's not going to have all too much to do in terms of if stuff gets in the top. Like this is the place where it should be. So we're going to replace that today. Doesn't look like there's a lot of fuel in it, which is good. So we're just going to pop these 2 lines off. Got a couple of rags. And I got to eventually fix this. I don't know how they did this. This hood looks like it's seen better days too. Alright, let's pop that fuel filter out. And there's never not a reason to replace these. These are cheap, easy to replace. It's 2 hoses and you got a little bit of fuel on you. It's really not a big deal. Other cars, it'll be more complex, but classic cars, generally, it's just an inline fuel filter. Doesn't need to be anything fancy. You can get fancy if you want to get fancy. There's fancy. You see, I don't really do fancy, so let's go, let's get covered in fuel a little bit and put this in. And just a bit of a little just tip to make things easier. When you're installing clamps, be mindful of what side you actually need to tighten so that, you know, you're putting them all the same way instead of different ways. Because these are easy to get to. These guys are a little bit of a pain in the ass. You got to flip that up. So, yeah, just be mindful of that. I'm probably going to flip those around. So, yeah, let me swap that now. Now on this new fuel filter, you can see there's even an arrow points which way the fuel should be flowing. So right here we have the fuel pump, and it'll be going, you know, from this incoming line, pump, into here through the pipes into the carb. So we're gonna want to put it this way, and before it was this way. So now the fuel will come through into this chamber here, and we'll be able to see if there's any schmutz, because you don't want schmutz in your fuel. All right, let's put it in. And that's all there is to it. Got those facing an easier way. You can see the schmutz. And I'm wondering what exactly this thingy is. Some random ass metal bit. It was loose as hell. Just broke right off. Not sure what the fuck that's for. Not sure what that is for. Hopefully nothing important. Maybe something, whatever this says. No, that's my throttle linkage, that's all. Just the weirdest linkage in the world. I don't know what's going on. I need to pull one of these springs too, because it's just too much. There we go, let's see how that is. Much more reasonable feeling. Yeah, I'll leave that hooked in just in case I feel like pulling it back though. But yeah, okay. Now I'm just kind of poking around and rambling, which I tend to do. But yes, this should go. Yeah, why don't we go ahead and try to start it. I'm sure we'll get some delay with the fuel pump and all that having to kick through, but let's give it a little crank, see what we get. And I know the choke isn't hooked up. Oh yeah, without that second spring, the accelerator feels way better. Just make sure I'm in neutral if I figure that out in this transmission. God, it's so loose. Alright, there we go. I'm in neutral. Let me just make sure there's no leaks, because I cannot see it. That looks good. Yeah, we have fuel in the new filter with no leaks. So let's go. Boom. All done. New fuel filter. That's nice. Whatever this thing was, it didn't break the engine when I broke it off. So whatever that was, it's fine. I took this second spring off as well. I don't know why they had both of those on there, but just the one feels great now. But we'll kind of poke around and see what that's all about. That's an odd loose bolt. I don't know. Maybe that's just a plug for something. I don't know. I need to learn more about this thing. But I think that's it for now. Honk honk. What's up, bud? Trying to make a video. Thanks.